We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
LeBron James is a Los Angeles Laker for what ought to occupy the final act of his NBA story.
4-year, $154 million a max deal. That's what he can sign in LA. Likely an opt-out after 3 years that could put him back in free agency or negotiate a new deal.
First of all, I'm ecstatic. I think it was the right situation, the right call for him to make.
LeBron James's tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers has been the exact definition of up and down. As we know, the Lakers won the championship in 2020 in the bubble, but outside of that bubble championship, they have consistently been either a play-in team or a team that has missed the playoffs as a whole. Why has this tenure in LA for LeBron been, one, so funky, and two, kind of disappointing? I think we all expected a little more than 2 Western Conference Finals appearances. One of those Western Conference Finals appearances, they got swept, and then just 1 championship. So we're going to go through all of the significant events in the LeBron James and Lakers era, and I'm going to tell you guys why I believe that Rob Pelinka, the Lakers front office, and the Lakers organization has failed LeBron James. So let's take it all the way back to 2018 NBA free agency. LeBron James signs a 4-year, $154 million deal with the Lakers. In his first season in LA, 2018-2019, they missed the playoffs as a whole. LeBron plays, I believe, just 54 games. He dealt with a calf injury, and he may have dealt with some other injuries. But LeBron James wasn't at 100% health at all during his first season with the Lakers. They missed the playoffs, and the Lakers decide to move on from head coach Luke Walton. Both the sides mutually part ways, and the Lakers replace Luke Walton with Frank Vogel, who, if you remember, was the coach of the Indiana Pacers during those early and mid-2010s era where the Pacers were a really good team in the East and were giving LeBron and the Miami Heat some competition. So I thought it was a great hire to bring in Frank Vogel. And then obviously during the 2019 offseason, the Lakers make their biggest splash in the LeBron James era, trading for Anthony Davis. They traded Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and first-round picks, maybe another piece or two in there. But the Lakers traded a lot of their future to get Anthony Davis, and I thought it was well worth it. They won the championship. Anthony Davis was their anchor defensively during that championship run, and he was a fantastic number 2 option to LeBron. But as we've seen as the years gone on, Anthony Davis has struggled to stay healthy, and he's just not available. He's so talented, but his availability is awful. We'll get to that, a little later as we go on with the timeline. And then after the Lakers won the championship in 2020, they lose to the Suns in 2021 in the first round, the year after their championship. And this was kind of the start of it kind of falling apart for the Lakers. They lost Alex Caruso in free agency. He was a major part, pivotal piece to their championship. Caruso left for the Bulls on a 2-year, $37 million deal. We all know Caruso as one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA now. That was a massive loss for the Lakers. And then they make before we get to one of the worst trades in NBA history, in my opinion, let's get to a good move by Rob Pelinka and co. Able to get Austin Reeves during the 2021 NBA draft. Reeves signed a 2-way contract with the Lakers. This was a fantastic move. He's turned into a quality NBA player for them. And Austin Reeves is a real positive from this LeBron James and Lakers era. But now we can get to the negative. They made one of the worst trades in NBA history, trading for Russell Westbrook. They traded Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who was a pivotal part to their championship team, who went on to win another championship with Denver. They traded Kyle Kuzma, and they traded a couple more pieces. I'll put it up on screen. And they go get Russell Westbrook. 2022 was a disaster in LA. Lakers missed the playoffs with a 33-49 record. Russell Westbrook was nothing short of terrible, and it was an awful season in LA, and it all was topped off by them firing Frank Vogel, who had won a championship with them just 2 years earlier. And then after they fired Vogel, they quickly moved, hired Darvin Ham to be their next head coach, and they entered the 2022-2023 season with, can we salvage this thing? And they kind of did. They traded for Rui Hachimura, who's turned into a decent role player for them, and then they got off Russell Westbrook somehow in a 3-team trade. They got D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt, and Jared Vanderbilt has been he struggled last year. He was an okay role player for them, but getting D'Angelo Russell out of this deal was pretty good. He has shown flashes. He shot 41% from 3 since returning to the Lakers, but the main thing with D'Angelo Russell is the playoffs. He chokes every year in the playoffs, whether it be Western Conference Finals, whether it be just last year here in the first round. D'Angelo Russell chokes every year in the playoffs, and it hurts the Lakers. But despite that, they made it to the Western Conference Finals in 2023, but got swept to Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. But 2023 was a really good bounce-back season for the Lakers after an abysmal 2022 year. But they basically ran back the same team for this past season, 2023-24. They re-signed Austin Reeves, re-signed Rui Hachimura. They made an awful free agency signing by signing Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent had a pretty good year with the Miami Heat, but we all know when players leave the Miami Heat, especially ones that the Miami Heat have developed, they are bad in their next stops. That's exactly what happened to Gabe Vincent. He was hurt for most of the year, played just 11 regular season games, but in those 11 games, he shot 10% from 3. 10%. Inexcusable. And then obviously the Lakers got embarrassed in most of the games by the Nuggets in the first round of the playoffs. D'Angelo Russell, spoiler alert, was awful against the Nuggets in the playoffs this past season. And after an abysmal series, they fired Darvin Ham, and it just shows how sporadic and how the Lakers, they can't make their mind up. If a head coach is bad for just a year, they'll get him out the door. Just a year after helping them get to the Western Conference Finals, Darvin Ham's out the door. He wasn't the best head coach, but it just shows how honestly dysfunctional the Lakers have been over the past couple of years. And then they hire Mr. Podcast, JJ Redick, as their head coach. Honestly, I believe that JJ Redick could be a decent head coach, but he doesn't have any coaching experience in the NBA. Yes, he played for a long time, but the Redick situation is a wait and see for LA. And then, as we know, the Lakers drafted Bronny James, LeBron's son, in the second round. And, it's a late second round pick. Why not? But another positive move that the Lakers made, in my opinion, was drafting Dalton Knecht with the number 17 pick. I think he was the steal of the draft. He's going to come in, bring three-point shooting to a Lakers team that can always use three-point shooting. And his defense is kind of but if he can develop on that end of the floor, he's going to be a terrific 3-and-D player. Now we get to free agency, and I think this year's free agency is the exact definition of how the Lakers have failed LeBron James. I'll put it up on screen. LeBron James was willing to take a massive pay cut. 20-30 million, I think we're talking, so the Lakers can improve the roster, whether that be signing Klay Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas, James Harden, some other guys too, DeMar DeRozan as well. But despite this, Rob Pelinka and co. failed to do anything in free agency, and they just stood pat, didn't do anything. Klay went to Dallas, Jonas Valanciunas went to Washington, Harden went back to the Clippers, DeRozan went to the Kings. LeBron's seeing all this, it's like, dang, I'm just going to have to re-sign. If Rob Pelinka's not going to do anything, I'm just going to take the max. That's what LeBron did. He signed a brand new max deal with the Lakers. 2 years, $101 million. That is LeBron's 4th contract with the Lakers. The 4-year deal that he initially signed after leaving the Cavs. He signed 2 2-year extensions with the Lakers in 2020 and 2022. And then obviously this offseason signed another. So that's 3 2-year extensions with the Lakers. And just looking back at this tenure, after 2020, it just fell apart. Won Western Conference Finals appearances, missing the playoffs in 2022 when you have LeBron James is inexcusable, and trading for Russell Westbrook, inexcusable. Letting Alex Caruso go, kind of inexcusable. And then bringing in D'Angelo Russell for the regular season, it's a great move. He can't get it done in the playoffs. Gabe Vincent, terrible signing. And we're at present day where LeBron James and the Lakers are kind of at a crossroads. Are they good enough to compete with the best teams in the West? No. My camera cut off at the end of that clip, my bad. But what I was basically saying is we're at present day. The Lakers have failed to do anything in free agency. And how many teams in the West are the Lakers better than? Just think about that. I have a couple teams here. Are the Lakers better than the Thunder? Obviously not. Are they better than the Nuggets? No. Are they better than the Timberwolves? No. Are they better than the Mavs? No. Are they better than the Memphis Grizzlies who are going to get John Morant back? No. Are they better than the Pelicans? No. Are they better than the Kings? I would say no. Are they better than the Suns? I'd say no. And this one, the San Antonio Spurs. Are they better than the Spurs? I think they maybe. So they're what, the 8th, 9th best team in the West? You've been the 8th or 9th best team in the West for the past 4 years. So this has just been an epic fail for LeBron James and the Lakers since winning the bubble championship, and it's not LeBron's fault. Rob Pelinka is horrible. He has done nothing this offseason to improve the team. In past years, he's made terrible decisions, as we said, and he just isn't getting it done. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do from here, but the Lakers organization, Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, you need to do better.